The morning sun shone bright and warm in the heart of Athens. In the midst of the bustling agora, amidst all the clamor of vendors and shoppers, philosophers and politicians, there was a man known as Cleon, an everyday man who was about to embark on an extraordinary journey. Cleon was a simple baker, a purveyor of bread and pastries, who yearned for wisdom, not just the type to run a successful business, but the sort that guides a soul towards fulfillment. Cleon had heard of a sage, a wise old man who frequented the temples in the vicinity. His name was Zenon, a renowned Stoic philosopher. He decided to seek Zenon's counsel. The morning was spent in search of the Stoic sage, and by noon he found Zenon in the shade of an olive tree, surrounded by a group of eager listeners. Approaching the sage, Cleon's heart pounded and his mouth went dry as he blurted out his plea, "Help me, I seek wisdom for personal progress." Zenon, his features softened with age, smiled at Cleon. "My son," he said, "the path to progress lies not beyond, but within 3 great battles that rage within your soul. The first enemy," Zenon began, "is doubt. It is a shadow, silent yet potent, clouding the mind's eye, stifling one's potential." Cleon nodded, thinking about how many times his uncertainty had held him back. The philosopher continued, "The warrior against doubt is confidence. It's a light that breaks through the gloom of uncertainty, not born of arrogance, but from knowledge and practice." This resonated with Cleon, who recalled the countless hours spent kneading dough, learning the craft of baking from his father. He was confident in that skill because of the knowledge he had acquired and the years of practice he had invested. "The second enemy," Zenon went on, "is complacency. It is a soft pillow that lures you into a deep slumber, a deceptive comfort that curtails growth." Cleon thought about his life, his bakery. It was doing well, but was it thriving? Had he become too comfortable in his routine, stifling innovation and improvement? Zenon's voice broke through his contemplation. "To combat complacency, you need the drive of ambition. It pushes you to improve, to never settle, to always strive for better." Cleon's mind raced, filled with ideas to enhance his bakery, offer new recipes, maybe even expand to new locations. "The third enemy," Zenon spoke with a heavier tone, "is fear. It is a powerful storm, filling the heart with dread and the mind with terrible possibilities, holding back action and decision." Cleon shivered, thinking of the many ideas he had discarded, the opportunities he had missed, all because he was too scared of the outcome. The sage concluded, "Against fear you must wield courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but acting despite it. It is a shield that protects against the storm of apprehension." Cleon remembered his father's courage when he had decided to start his bakery, despite the uncertainty and potential for failure. As the day ended and the moon rose high in the Athenian sky, Cleon walked back to his bakery. His heart felt lighter, and his mind buzzed with a newfound clarity. He knew the path to personal progress was arduous, and the battles against doubt, complacency, and fear would be formidable. But armed with confidence, ambition, and courage, he felt ready to face them head-on. The following days were full of challenges and changes for Cleon. Doubt often lingered in his mind when he tried new recipes. The familiar comfort of the known called to him each time he contemplated expanding his business. Fear paralyzed him each time he thought of the risks. But each time he recalled Zenon's words and armed himself with the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher. His confidence grew as he saw customers enjoying his new recipes. His ambition flared as he opened a second, then a third bakery. His courage shone each time he made a risky decision, sometimes failing, but always learning and pushing forward. Cleon's story began to echo throughout Athens, an example of an everyday man who dared to fight the enemies of personal progress. People flocked to his bakeries not just for the bread and pastries, but for the wisdom that was kneaded into them. As years passed, Cleon's wisdom grew alongside his business. He would often visit Zenon, each time sharing his progress and the battles he had fought. He was living proof of Zenon's words, a testament to the power of overcoming doubt with confidence, breaking the shackles of complacency with ambition, and facing fear with courage. And thus, the tale of Cleon, the wise baker of Athens, became an enduring story, filled with rich insights from a Stoic perspective about the 3 biggest enemies of personal progress. His story continues to inspire us to this day, reminding us that the path to progress lies not in external circumstances, but within the battles we fight within ourselves. Cleon's story focuses on the three biggest enemies of personal progress: doubt, complacency, and fear. These are universal struggles that we all face, regardless of our profession or personal circumstances. First, we grapple with doubt, that nagging uncertainty that often holds us back. But as Cleon learned, we can counter this with confidence, not the kind rooted in arrogance, but one cultivated from knowledge and practice. So, whenever doubt clouds your mind, remember that confidence can be built. Seek out new knowledge, refine your skills through practice, and let these become the pillars of your self-confidence. Next, we encounter complacency, a comfortable stagnation that hinders growth. Here, ambition is our weapon. Ambition pushes us to improve, to strive for better. Don't let complacency seep into your life. Keep setting new goals, exploring new avenues, and pursuing improvement relentlessly. Remember, growth happens outside of comfort zones. Lastly, we face fear, a powerful adversary that stifles action. Cleon shows us that courage, the ability to act despite fear, is our shield. Understand that fear is natural, but letting it control your actions can stifle your progress. When fear arises, acknowledge it, and then muster the courage to act despite it. As you go about your week, think about these lessons from Cleon's journey. When you face doubt, arm yourself with knowledge and practice. When complacency tempts you, remind yourself of your ambitions and step out of your comfort zone. When fear tries to control you, find your courage and take action despite it. Now remember, every journey begins with a single step. You've got the insights. Now take that first step towards personal progress. Overcome your doubts. Break free from complacency and stand tall against your fears. Like Cleon, let's all become heroes in our own life stories. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It helps us reach more people like you, who are on a journey to personal growth. And stay tuned, we've got plenty more exciting and insightful content coming your way. Remember, together we grow. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep fighting those battles within.